Today I will be giving presentation on encryption using service mesh. And as I'm myself Vishal, and I'm been working as a senior DevOps in a fintech startup, and I have around 6 year experience in DevOps field. And so let's start this presentation. And if anybody has question, let me know. So first thing is why we need encryption. So that's the motivations. So we need to prevent the eavesdropping and man-in-middle attack, which is nowadays in a much demand. And then we in our application we use number of third parties tool, so that can might be intercepting our data like credit card information which we are using in our application and database. So if the data is encrypted, then the third party or even man in middle can't decrypt without the private key. And then we can have access policy around the service account control, which we can implement using any encryption tool. And microservices, when we use number of microservices, we required an auditing tool, so that we know that who did and what time, in order to have a proper. This is also needed for compliance purposes if there's any uh, thing goes wrong. So in that said, it's a zero trust security model we build, where we have inside and outside, we authenticate and authorize uh, before being granted access to our application and data, which is our primary need at this time of the when we are saying that we are going to build a secure application, that this is the primary need for that. So now there's a term MTLS. So M is for mutual. It's it's work at a transport layer that uses two-way encrypted channel between server and client. So in order to understand, let's say I have a three microservices which are running on the container or the pod, if we talk about Kubernetes. And in each microservices, we will be running a service sidecar container, which is a proxy runtime will be running on that sidecar container. Similarly for microservice B, and similarly for microservice C. So this sidecar container, which is a proxy, will be handling the MTLS part, which help in the encryption of the traffic or the request which is sent from the client to the server. What is how MTLS work? So let's say when a service receive or send network traffic, the traffic goes around the proxy run in a sidecar container. So this is a sidecar container which each of the microservices run in. So in when MTL is enabled between these two services, then the client side and service side sidecar proxy verify each other identities. So it is a mutual, means in the two-way communication, which is encrypted. So both will be having a certificate and the private key. So once the verification is successful, then the client side proxy encrypt the traffic and send it to server side proxy. So let's say this is microservice A is a client, and service B is a server. Then when client A send the request to service B, then this is done by the proxy sitting behind in between both of means every container which is running as a sidecar container in both of the pod. So a pod can have a multiple containers, and then the server side decrypt the traffic. So the microservice A will encrypt the traffic and send it to the server, which is microservice B, and this will have the private key, which will decrypt the traffic and then send it to the destination services where it is to be routed. So this is little complex one, but means once you have understand, then it's very easy that working with MTLS and other encryption let's move to next slide. So now the question comes, why Istio as a service mesh? So there are multiple service mesh in the market. So let's talk about Istio. Istio provide a complete solution for encryption and decryption. And in Istio, the control plane, let's go to the next this slide only. Istio control plane provide a CA. So CA is a certificate authority which can sign a CSR which is generated and which do the certificate and key management part. So which is provided by the Istio. And then we have a sidecar container proxy envoy ensure secure proxy connection. So as I means we have seen in the last slide that we are running the sidecar container. This is the envoy proxy which Istio uses for the MTLS and for other means for basically routing different services. Then the important thing is no change required at the application code end. So let's say my application need no change for implementing MTLS, which provide end-to-end encryption between the service. And then Istio also provide other prominent features like service discovery, traffic management, and observability. And there are few more. So this brings a complete package which we can use in our microservices infrastructures. Then let's talk about the high level architecture of the Istio. So Istio contain mainly two plane, control plane, which run the controller, which is nowadays only a single container if we goes about the version 1.11.4, which is a single container running with different components like, and then we have a service proxy which is running on the data plane side, which each pod will be running as a sidecar container. So a certificate authority for key and certificate management, that is the certificate authority part is managed by the Istio D pod. So let me show you the component. So this is the Istio pod which is running on my Istio system namespace. So this handle all the control plane. It's a kind of controller which control the different feature provided by the Istio. And then the sidecar container which is running on the application side will provide the policy enforcement point. So this is the thing which ensure that proper policies are embedded while creating the CSR and main the certificate. So there's a component CA. So CA is there in the Istio D. So whenever a service need an certificate, it will generate a CSR, which is also known as certificate sign-in request, and send it to the Istio, which is running in the control plane, which I have shown you this. So this pod will sign that certificate and then send it back to the Istio proxy, which will be used for MTLS, that is for encryption and decryption part. Also, the set of envoy proxy extension manage the telemetry and audited part. The audited part is required for the compliance purpose, and we should know that who did what at what time. So that is also a critical part in the microservice infrastructure. Now let's go to the other slide. So this is a high level architecture diagram where this is a control plane and this is a control plane with Istio running as a single service, which manage different features like certificate authority, authentication policy, authorization policy, network configuration, which is again means we can say this is a controller which run on the Kubernetes. And then we have a data plane. Again, we have a microservice A and B, which will be running proxy, which is known as Istio proxy. So this is a container C2. and this is container C1 service है, C2. Similarly, service B C1 and C2. And this when we enable the MTLS, actually MTLS is enabled by default, but it is in the permissive mode. So this will be a flow of the proxy will encrypt the traffic. So service A will route the request to the proxy, and the proxy will encrypt the traffic using MTLS and send it to the proxy of other other pod where the request is to be routed. So the main work is done by the Envoy proxy, which is running as a sidecar container. So we don't need to do any change in our application level, which we can done without HTTPS. This is simple HTTP. Moving to next slide. So now the main question is how we manage MTLS with Istio. So MTLS is again have a different scopes. We can have service specific. Even we can enable MTLS namespace and at mesh wide also. So there are three kind of modes which are provided by the Istio. One is strict, one is permissive and disabled. By default, it is in permissive mode, in which both plain text and MTLS traffic is allowed or accepted, and and in strict mode, which we can apply, in which traffic will be only MTLS traffic will be allowed in between the two services. So by this is a recommended one, this MTLS, enabling the MTLS as the strict mode. So let me go to next slide. This is a simple demo how we can implement MTLS. So this is my script, which the basically downloading the script and installing the Istio in the default mode. So default mode setup is for the production, and it's set up the major component which we require for this demo. So this is the Istio one, and then Istio D, which is the main controller thing. And then this is a script. And now how we can enable MTLS globally in the strict mode. So by default, it is in the permissive mode. So in permissive mode, we can allow both plain text and MTLS traffic is accepted. But a recommended way is to go to strict mode. So this is a kind peer authentication. Let me apply this resource. So this will mesh wide enable the strict mode only. So let me apply this.
Yes, Evaldo, you can go ahead.
Okay. Hello there. First of all, thank you for your presentation and your time here. And do you usually apply MTLS in all cluster, in all services, or sometimes you see there are services that is not so important to have it, so you don't necessarily apply MTLS in that communication between some services that are not, say, so important?
Yeah, we apply MTLS means cluster wide because we need encryption within each microservices.
Okay. Okay. And another question I had when you were doing the presentation, and it says that Istio is a sidecar. So with Istio, we don't need to have the encryption in the application. We can decouple it. That's right?
Can you pardon the question?
Just to see if I got it right, something that you said before. And with Istio, we don't need to worry and with encryption in the application. Only the Istio will manage everything, so we don't need to worry with that or certificates or anything like that in the application level. Is that right?
Yeah, this will be managed by the proxy, which is running as a sidecar container. I will show you that how we run using demo application. So let me apply this TLS mode. So this will be in the stick mode. By default, it is in the permissive mode. So we can verify by checking the particular. So it will be applied in the root one where we have installed the controller. So this is the name of the API name of the peer authentication and then mode. So now I have a demo. Let me first so demo time continue. So in this I will create 3 namespace: service A, service B, and service C, and will use an demo application which is provided by the Istio only, by the Istio package. The HTTP bean and Slip pod are running on all the 3 namespace. So let me So I have created 3 namespaces and I've set up one demo application HTTP bin which is run in 2 containers. So let me show you the apply.sh first. So while applying, I have injected the Istio which will install the kube proxy Istio proxy as a sidecar container. So not in service C, in service A and service B. So when I describe this pod, this is basically run in 2 container. One the application container, one is the application container HTTP bin, and other is the Istio proxy container.
They're saying that if you are running demo on another window, then they are not able to see it.
Yeah, I am running on other window. Yeah. Let me again share the screen.
Thank you.
There is no option to share.
So maybe if you just share your full screen, that can work.
I can't see that option of full one.
Just try to share your screen again.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, now it's fine. I'm able to. Now you are able to see the.
Yes, I think so. Mm-hmm.
So let me go again to this demo. So I've applied this bash script which basically install the HTTP bin service and its deployment with another pod which is Slip pod. So first I have created 3 namespaces: service A and service B, service C, and I have set up install the HTTP deployment and Slip application on each of the namespace. And the only thing I have done in service A and service B that I have set up the injected the proxy container which is provided by the Istio in service A and service B, not in service C due to So now you can see that 2 containers are running for HTTP bin and even for Slip. The second container is the Istio proxy one. Similarly, in the service B, 2 containers are running, and in service A, I've run only single container to demonstrate the MTLS part. So now let me describe any of the pod. So now you can see that each pod will be running 2 container, HTTP bin, which is our application container, which can be any microservice. And then second is Istio proxy, which will do the MTLS part on behalf of the other microservices. So the request from the first container will go to the HTTP, and from proxy to proxy, it will be the HTTPS traffic. So let me, this is my apply.ss. I have already applied. So this created that HTTP and Slip pod on each of the. Are you able to see the presentation? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. So what I have done, oh, no, it's. So I've created 3 namespaces and I've installed HTTP bin and Slip pod on each of the 3 namespace. Service A and B application pod will be running sidecar container, which is the Envoy proxy, which is also known as Istio proxy in terms of Istio containers. And then for leveraging the MTLS. So Envoy proxy will be the main component, will be doing the HTTPS encryption and decryption part. And I've and in service C intensely I've installed only one pod. So Istio Envoy proxy is not running on service C. And now I will run the script which will send requests from the Slip pod to the HTTP bin pod running on the each namespace. So this is simple for loop which will be sending requests, curl requests from each of the pod to the services. So when we see that when the service A, Slip pod running in service A send the curl request to the pod HTTP bin running on the service A, we got a response 200. So now thing is that we have enabled MTLS in the stick mode. So it will be the encrypted traffic only. Similarly, the response code 200, we can see where we are running 2 pods. One is the Istio, we have injected the Istio pod. But when we go to the service C1, where we are running only 1 pod of the application, so this will be terminated with the code 56. It means that the MTLS is not enabled, so the request will be failed for this particular service C. See, in service C we are running only single pod, so MTLS will be not be enabled, and the request will be also fail because we have enabled the this mode as a stick mode. So let me delete this. And run my request script again. Now this is permissive mode. By default, it is in permissive mode. So we can see that all the requests got success because the by default mode is the permissive mode. So this is how can we enable MTLS globally and can see that each of our requests is getting encrypted and decrypted behind the 2 proxy container, which is running on the as a sidecar container. Now, second demo is for the service authorization part with MTLS. Implement authorization policy to allow and disallow cafe within set of microservice to achieve a fine-grained control. So in this, what we do, we will allow a product page to view the review page only. So let me we will run a book info sample application first. So here, this all thing I have done in order to save time. So I have created a namespace book info, and I have label I have done in the namespace. I have injected the istio enable. I have done this. So this will ensure that proxy container is running as a sidecar container. And then I have applied the book info YML, but this contain the sample application having different services and deployment part. And then I can verify using which ports are running. So these are different microservices. So this is a sample services provided in the Istio examples only. The detail product page rating review. And I have also applied a booking gateway YML file in order to have different version of reviews, which are running review 1, review 2, and 3. So these all container pod will be running different images, and yeah, each pod will be running 2 container. One is application, and second is the Istio service, Istio proxy. So this thing I have already done, and I have also installed some add-on Kiali and Prometheus. So Kiali is for the visual to see the services and discovery within the microservice infrastructure, and for Prometheus act as a database base through which Kiali fetches the data. So let me open the UI of both Kiali and my book info application. So I have simply port forwarding from my local host because I am not using any load balancer right now. So this is my ingress gateway of which is provided by Istio. And this is a Kiali application which is running on this. So this port 80 port is of the service port which is running inside the Kubernetes cluster. I need to share one more window. One second. You are able to see the this
Yes.
screen where I will. So this is my ingress UI of the product book info app, and this is a Kiali which is running in the Kubernetes cluster. Both of them are running on Kubernetes only. So this is my, so there are, as I have shown that there are 3 versions of reviews are running: review V1, V2, and V3. So these different, going to different image we are using. So this, you can see the review is in the black star, and when I refresh this, there will be no review star, and again it will be in the red one. So these requests are going in the round robin from one port to another and to the third one, which are running different version of the application. Yeah, finally it's done in. So this is my simple application, and I can see the service and I can visualize my microservices running. So this is a simple UI where I can select the namespace, and then I can see the. So in order to generate the traffic, let me refresh this product page. So this is a follow of the request that it will take some time. Let me continue with the the remaining part. I have installed this demo application, that book info gateway, and then add on. And now we need to implement the authorization policies, which is another important criteria to have different microservices, and we can ensure that this microservice can talk to particular microservices only as per the requirement. So let's say this is my product page which I have shown you, and this is a review. So review, this review which is displaying here is a part of some API, so which is hit by the product page. So we can implement authorization policy between these two application, that is product page and review. So let me show you how to do that. So firstly, we will apply a deny all policy. So where I have used selector as a review, and let me apply this. This is a deny all policy, means no application or no microservice is able to hit the review API. So I've applied this policy, and now 1 second. Now I am not able to see the product review, which were visible here. So this is a deny all policy which I have done, and even I can see the red mark on my service, review service, and even we can see the configuration in our panel which I apply review auth, which have denied the this one. And now let me allow the author access from the product page only. So in this, I've just added our rules that this principal source is the product page. So I've given the service account for the book info product page, and only the get request will be allowed, and that to the review services. This policy will be applied to the pod running with the review label. So I have just added these rules. So let me apply this. So this will apply. So now you can see that book reviews are visible again, and each version is 1 second. Yeah, we can see that reviews are visible after applying the allow all policy. One more thing. Now let me go to one of the pod. I am logged into one of the pod, this rating pod, and trying to hit the review. So in the review, we have applied the policy that only it will ingress will be allowed from the product page. So let me do that. It is given forbidden, and if I want to see the error, then it's say that RBAC access denied. And now let me hit some other service. Let me hit the rating service, in which we haven't applied any authorization policy, and I'm getting the response. So means we can apply means policies as per our requirement, which will allow and disallow the traffic. So this is also the enhancement of network policy, but it's to provide a number of features which we can leverage in our infrastructure. I think this was the last slide. Yeah, thank you. Means if there are any other questions, let me know.